Hi everyone, how are you? Today's review is on the Vice 2 palette from Urban Decay. If you look really closely, you can see it's got a very faint, like, kind of petal pattern on here. And this jeweled Urban Decay UD there. Now, I have not tried the Vice 1 palette, the original one. I never got that last year, so if you're hoping for a comparison to that, I'm sorry, but I can't give you that. Once you press the little button, it kind of just continues to open up on its own, which is kind of cool. And you see a giant mirror here. This palette is not heavy, so if you do have to kind of hold it and use it as your makeup mirror, you know, you can do that. As far as the shadows inside, you've got 20 shadows. We're going to get into detail on those in a second. Also a brush. It's a double-ended brush. It's got kind of a small sort of shader type brush, you know, flat shadow brush, so you can really pack on the color with that. And then you've got a crease brush, or at least a crease style brush, but it's very light and wispy. Kind of a duo fiber type feel to this. So for me, while I like this side, I think this is pretty good for packing on color on the lid. This side, to actually apply color in the crease, it's a bit light and soft. All of the shadows are said to be new shades from Urban Decay. Only 2 of the shades are matte. Those would be these 2 right here. You've got kind of a medium cool brown, and then this is just a light beige. Quality-wise, I mean, I don't know that I've ever felt disappointed in the pigmentation of Urban Decay shadows. You know, I feel like they really nail it in terms of things looking true to color, seeing shadows in a palette, and them translating on the eye to look very much like the shades do in the packaging, you know? So across the top of the palette, you've got Smoke Out, which is like a really deep, almost totally black shade, but a little bit of shimmer. Love Sick, which is a black with silver sparkle. Shell Shock is a total full-on metallic silver. Coax is kind of a metallic shimmery pink, and then X-Rated, I'd say that's a satin finish light pink. Next row down, you've got Prank, which is a deep shimmery teal. I do notice a little bit of green in that, especially in person. Madness, a little bit brighter blue with shimmer. Strike, a shimmery yellow. Stash is sort of a shimmery metallic olive green. And then Poison, I might see the slightest bit of blue tone in that, but it's kind of like a very rich charcoal. Next row down, a lot of metallic shades here. You've got Radar, which is a shimmery bronzy brown. Damaged, kind of a deep emerald green. Voodoo, shimmery purple. Betrayal is purple. I feel like there's a little more of an iridescent quality to that one. And then Derailed is a deep taupe. And the bottom row, your most neutral row of this palette, you've got Dope, which is a shimmery, soft, peachy champagne color. Toxic is kind of rose gold, very metallic. Habit is a matte, light beige. Think of this as a good shade to blend things out with. May or may not be too dark for a highlight for some people. Ambush is kind of a cool brown shimmer, and then Rewind is your matte medium brown. Pros for me, love the large mirror. I have no complaints about the packaging. Nice pigmentation of the shadows. Again, as I said, very consistent with what I expect from Urban Decay eyeshadows. And for me personally, I think it's a pro that there is a pretty good split on colors and neutrals in here. For the cons, I kind of think it's a con that there are only 2 matte shadows. I think Urban Decay actually does a good job with matte eyeshadows, so it was a little disappointing that they didn't work in some more shades that were matte. And then a total personal preference thing. While I said I do like that there is a good mix of color and neutral, these particular colors may not be things I would wear all the time. Like, for example, these purples. I like them. I'd probably reach for it more if those were instead like plums and burgundies. Or these pinks, you know, you've got 2 kind of cotton candy pink shades. What if one was a deeper mauve? Palettes are so personal preference. You know, you could hear me talk on and on about what I think about it, but I think you've got to look at it yourself and say, what's in there that I don't already have? How much am I going to use what's in this palette? I like this palette, but I don't feel like I could sit here and say, I recommend this to everyone, because I don't think it's everybody's bag of tricks, you know? If you love neutrals and you've already got the Naked palette, I think you're good. If you know you're not going to be using these colors, leave it alone. If you're looking for a palette that gives you, I would say, some more basic type colors, nothing too loud, and a total matte and shimmer split, I would completely recommend the Lorac Pro palette. This is for people who I think want the neutral, but also want maybe some more adventurous colors. So thanks so much for watching this review. I hope it was helpful for you, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!